Hey everybody, it's Todd Francis, and I'm making this video actually for each of the courses to introduce you to the Hayden-McNeil lab site. Okay, so again, you've logged into your Blackboard. This is my particular shell. So you see I've got each of your classes. Now I'm just going to select one here. As you note on the left tabs here, you have this Lab Access tab, and you will see this hyperlink for Hayden-McNeil Labs. We're going to click on that in a second, but I want to point out two other things on this page at this point. First, your individual lab section. Now, I have logged into my Chemistry 1 course, so you can see this is the lab simulation class that they want to do. For your particular class, you will see this lab section, but it will be particular for the class you're in. If it's the introduction class, it will be 105. If it's the Chemistry 2 class, it'll be 136. Okay, so we're going to click on to Hayden-McNeil. And I'm going to log out on mine because I want to show you the steps here. When you log in for the first time, you're going to see this page. So you're going to create an account and you'll sign up. Okay, so here's what I'm going to suggest. For your username, use your student ID number. For your password, use your 4x4. Very simple to remember. And then you can fill in the rest here. I'm going to go back to the home real quick. Like I said, I already have an account. So I'm going to log in. The next page you should come to is this one, asking you for a new user or an existing user. The first time you will come in, you're going to click on New User. Now, when you click on New User, they may ask you for an access code. You're going to receive an access code in your email today, Saturday, April 4th. So you'll click on New User, and that's going to take you to the access code. I'm an existing user. What it's going to take you to here is, actually, let me go back real quick. If I'm a new user, you're going to see this pull down menu for choose an institution. It's going to take you to, and you'll scroll down, Allen Community College. Okay, and you're going to see the list of lab simulations for each of that's offered by our classes that are by Allen this semester. Okay, now I'm already enrolled in classes, so that's why I see mine as gold. Yours will be blue, so yours will have this blue enroll. So enroll in the section that you're in, either 105, 125, or 136. Again, if you're unsure of which one it is, go back to the lab access page and check that tab, that statement. Okay, once you're enrolled in the course, and I'm going to click to this. I'm going to go to my courses here. Like I said, I already have this set up. What you're going to see for, oops, not the summer, wrong one. What you're going to see for this, so I'm going to go to the 105 page. I already have the series of labs that you're going to complete with this. One of these I'm going to take out just because of time considerations. For each of your classes, the first lab that I want you to conduct is the Introduction to Lab Simulations. I want you to get experience in the virtual lab. This is a totally new experience for each of you. So we'll click on the Introduction to Lab Simulations. This is going to give you the background for this particular lab, what you want to look for. Every time you open the lab, you're going to see personal protective equipment, and you'll click on each one of these. They talk about the lab space, and we're going to go through this here in a minute, and what you're going to see, whether it be instruments, materials, containers with the shelves, the navigation tools, and then about this particular lab. Okay, so we want to get started in the procedure. Okay, here's something that you're going to need to know. When you click on this button here, this is going to open a new window or a new tab, and it's going to take you to the simulation. So we'll hit Start Lab. And like I said, this is going to be the first thing that you're going to see each time. So you need to click on the goggles, the lab coat, and the gloves before you can even enter into the lab. Okay, So here, you've got all your materials here, and just scroll your mouse over so that you can see what each of them are, and you can move the arrows to find the different chemicals. Same thing with the glassware that you have and any of the instruments that we use. Now what you're going to be doing is you're going to be going back and forth between the prior two tabs. So the lab simulation has the experiments. Now, as you're going through here, follow the steps just like we did when we're in lab as it is. You're going to be keeping results. So have pencil and paper right next to you so you can write down information. So here, we'll start here, get the note of lab. Hey, we'll go back here. It tells us to take a 150 milliliter Erlenmeyer flask. We'll drag it right down to the table just like that. Tells us next step, locate the 6 molar HCl. So here again our materials. So we're just going to have to scroll over here until we find the 6 molar HCl. And what you'll do is you will put it directly in the flask. And you're going to see this box that tells you for your amount. And it tells us, hey, we're going to add 50 milliliters in here. So we'll just type in 50, hit add. And now we have 50 milliliters in the flask. Next, we're going to take a thermometer from the instrument shelf and attach it to the flask. So again, the same thing. We'll take the thermometer and put it directly into the flask. And you want to record this temperature. And again, they'll tell you that in the steps. Record the temperature of the HCl. So this is something that you can write on your paper. Okay, next, again, hey, the 1 molar. So again, we're just following our steps as we see here. So again, we'll move the materials, find our 1 molar sodium hydroxide. It may take a little bit to find it. There it is. And again, we're going to put this directly in the flask. It tells us we're going to add 50 milliliters. But also look what it says. We're going to observe a change in temperature. And we want to look at the temperature that it goes up, but look at this step. Hey, we want the maximum temperature. So we'll add the 50 milliliters. And now watch our temperature. And if you saw very quickly at the beginning, you saw the 26.7. So write that temperature down. Again, tells it this. And now once we're done with that experiment, look what it says. Clear the workbench first by dragging each container to the waste container. So the thermometer we're going to put back on the shelf. The flask will come down here to the waste container. And then once we've emptied that, then we can put it directly in the sink itself. And then you can go now to the second experiment and the third experiment. Okay, I want you to complete this aspect of the lab first. This is just an experience aspect to this. And look what it says. Once you're done, you can close the browser window or the tab that has the lab simulation. So we're going to close this. You've got your lab notes. So now what we'll do is we'll go back to the lab simulations tab up here. And you see you have short answer and multiple choice. You're going to complete both of these. The multiple choice is just that. Both of these are going to be based entirely on your results, which is why you're writing down everything, such as the temperature, the max temperature, and such. Because again, now these are going to be questions based on what you see in the procedure. So again, hey, in order to place something into a container, you must click on that. And you've got a series of questions that you're going to see for this. The short answer, same thing. But now you're going to be writing in information for this. So again, hey, that maximum temperature, what we saw, the 26.7. Did a reaction occur? How can you tell? We've talked about reactions and the such, okay? So that's the lab. you're going to, as you do the work, you will want to write down your results, because from your results, you're going to be able to answer the questions in both the multiple choice and the short answer questions. As I said, we've got a series of labs. So I'm going to have a schedule for each of you, for each of your classes. It'll be on this lab access page. So please look for that schedule starting tomorrow, April 5th. It will tell you when labs are due. The introduction lab I would like due by Tuesday, April 7th. And again, I'll have that included. That gives you 3 days to do the labs. And I think what I'll have is a set schedule for everybody to do this. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. If you have any questions, please contact me. If you have any issues, please contact me. We will work through them together and get you all set up. Take care.